Meanwhile, the Trump administration is pausing more than $6 billion in federal aid for after-school programs and summer camps as part of a review of grants to ensure that they align with the president's priorities. The move, meanwhile, leaves many schools in limbo as they adjust their budgets for the school year. The Department of Education has not provided a timeline on when that review will be complete. The Office of Budget Management saying in a statement to ABC News, claiming that many programs misused funds to promote radical left-wing agenda. For more on this is Executive Director of the Afterschool Alliance, Jodi Grant. Jodi, great to have you. Walk us through this. What kind of impact could this have on states and school districts who rely so heavily on this type of funding?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for paying attention to what's going on, because this is just traumatic for America's families. We're talking about 1.4 million students across our country who are in these amazing after-school programs, and they're run by school districts, they're run by community-based organizations, faith-based organizations. They're every local community's best resources to help our kids. And it really is the American success story because it keeps our kids safe. It is a lifeline for our working parents, and it inspires learning where our kids have academic support, enrichment activities. Some of the photos you're showing are beautiful. It's community gardens, it's robotics, it's, marching band, not to mention healthy meals.
I think you summed this up so perfectly that, this is a lifeline for working families. We know how expensive summer camp in America can be, just even for a few weeks. But curious what type of impact this could have on low-income families in particular.
So we are extremely concerned that many of the programs that rely on these federal funds are going to close. And to be clear, these funds were appropriated bipartisanly in Congress. They were signed into law by President Trump, and they were supposed to go out on July 1st. So this is basically withholding funds that programs are relying on, some of them to have camps as early as this week. And in some states, school begins August 1st. So we're looking at potentially seeing the closure of after-school programs across the country for this week.
Jodi, I want to lean in on a little bit of research. After-school programs have been shown to help with school retention. How could this impact student attendance?
So we just released a big report literally on the connection between chronic absenteeism and after school. And the reality is many kids come to school because they love their after school program. So it definitely supports our schools. We're also worried because when kids don't have access to after school, it is far from ideal. We see juvenile crime rates go up tremendously. We see many of our students staring at screens. We see our working parents completely stressed out. It impacts their work, their ability to do their job, the businesses on Main Street that employ these parents. So it's this ripple effect that hits entire communities, and it's really a shame because our students are our best resource, and this is really parents.
And Jodi, the Trump administration says that some of these programs allegedly promote things like illegal immigration, advocacy, queer resistance in the arts. What is your response to that?
These programs all follow the law. And if they don't, the Department of Ed has a whole office to focus on that. But I can say in the 20 years that I've been doing this job, I have seen the most wholesome, extraordinary programs that are really serving the students in unique communities across America.
And Jodi, lastly, many call after school and summer programs an investment in children. What do you say to that?
Say it's a huge investment. We know that, for every dollar invested, it is saving tons and tons of dollars. And I want to add that we polled voters after the election, and 90% of voters say after school programs are an absolute necessity in their community. And the reason they say this is because they see firsthand the wonderful things that are happening with kids in their community in those hours.
Absolutely. Executive Director of Afterschool Alliance, Jodi Grant, thank you so much.